I love Mort, and all of the thousands of different personas of himself whose souls he had absorbed over the spanning of potentially billions of years while he was a Lovecraftian demon who traveled the multiverse in escape of the sky gods who wanted to banish him to the island of Madagascar and eventually did. So yeah, I really like the Mort Personas and what they bring to All Hail King Julien.
The darkest and most subtly terrifying TV show of all time.
But also just because they're so damn great. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you've either seen All Hail King Julien or you're just a fan of Mort. Or for some stupid reason you found this in your browse features and thought about how crazy it sounded, so you clicked on the video and are still angrily waiting for me to get on with it. So yeah, I mean that's how you probably got to watching this video, but enough about me and my weird obsession with Madagascar, let's talk about Mort. The Mort Personas were, in my opinion, an excellent addition to the show, and I believe that they contributed greatly to the ideas and themes of All Hail King Julien. So let's go through every one of these main Mort Personas that appeared throughout the show at some point. My only rule though is that I'm only going to go somewhat in depth with the Morts that were in at least 2 episodes or 1 episode if they played a very significant part in it. So let's get us started. I think that if there was one single Mort persona that constantly stood out amongst the show as being the fan favorite of the bunch, it's Smart Mort. This guy. Smart Mort marked the point in All Hail King Julien where the show went from weird to insane. We first see him in the season 1 finale where after Mort drinks caffeine, he sort of changes or transforms into this wildly satisfying little genius wearing a monocle and having a British accent. Smart Mort is the clear result of Mort whenever he drinks caffeine or coffee. He appears in like 7 episodes and it brings whatever episode he's in up even higher. He's just so damn great, and come on, that British accent. Mwah. Beautiful. I love it when in one of the episodes he has to try and build an interdimensional portal, but he doesn't want to do it because he's just too smart. Bro, I'm struggling to even pass geometrical reasoning and math, and this guy's pissed at himself because he's smarter than the entire human race. I also love the song that he, Timo, and Mumbot all sing when he gets depressed. It basically says that since the world hates smart people and living things are actually becoming more stupid, so if you're smart then don't tell anybody, and so keep your smarts on the down low. It's the pinnacle of anti-be yourself, and I love it. Smart Mort is just the perfect blend of insane likability and satisfaction that you can ever get from a character, and it's such a shame that he didn't make an appearance in the final episode because he definitely felt like a big part of the show for me. He was the Mort persona that had the most amount of screen time out of them all. He had the most to do with the show, and he is simply the picture perfect Mort to assist the heroes with whatever they're doing, whether it be trying to blow up a field of coffee beans or being tied up in a chair while Mort fights his own grandmother in his brain. Just stand Smart Mort because he's amazing. Next up is hands down the most overlooked Mort persona in the book. This guy is amazing. He is a genius. He is a warrior. I cannot stress enough just how much of a miracle political Mort is to society. He is the warrior among warriors. He is so good. We need political Mort to run as president because holy crap, we need a guy like this in office. He was the original founder of the OG No Pants song, so yeah, screw you if you don't like this guy. He is the master negotiator. He got the entire kingdom of Lemus to vote for him except for Julien and Clover. Shame on them. They should be worshipping this guy, but instead they're against him. Disgusting. Political Mort invaded a meeting of Morts in Mort's mind and locked them in a room. Like, come on man. He ran out of that room and like 2 seconds later, he blocked the entire door with a giant brick roll. He blew up an entire island one time because they forgot to put extra sugar in Political Mort's pumpkin spice macchiato. Only a true warrior would have the balls to blow up an entire island and probably kill an entire community. I love Maurice and all, but after Political Mort came into play, Maurice been quiet. Political Mort says that Maurice is in bed with the Fusa. I buy that. Political Mort says that Maurice doesn't even believe in Frank. I'm sold. When Political Mort says to think of your mothers, I felt that deep. And even if there are millions of fruit flies swarming me and are planning to feed me to their larvae, Political Mort says that he's not convinced and he's gonna need more evidence than that, and I'm down. Truly incredible. Please, DreamWorks, please give us one more final swan song for the greatest thing ever created. Give us that Political Mort origin story. We need to know.
I said extra sugar in my pumpkin spice macchiato!
Next up, we have the Mort villains, the beautiful Mort Persona Sith Lords. These villains consist of Grammy Mort, Grandpa Mort, all of the unnamed Morts in Mort's mind, and Morticus Khan. Don't you even think about Political Mort being a villain, because in case you forgot after watching my very detailed and analytical dissection of him, you should find that he is the hero of not only All Hail King Julien, but also the world. Praise be to Political Mort. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go through these 3 main Mort Persona villains and explain a little bit about them. Let's start off with the female alpha of the Mort lore. Grammy Mort is terrifying. In this one scene, she fights Mort in his own subconscious, and it's straight up one of the best things to ever grace the surface of surfaces. But like, Grammy Mort just don't even care about physics, so she just levitated herself and used mind stuff to fly away and lock a door, trapping Mort and Smart Mort in a very creepy room. Then for some reason, she comes back, this time holding a weapon and attempts to murder her own grandson. PG rated show right here. PG rated. Also, for some reason, earlier in the show at some point, she tries to seduce Julien, and Julien reacts the same way that I did. Bravo. Beautiful. No, actually no, not beautiful, just terrifying in fact. Next up we have a villain which I have some pretty big stuff to say about, so I'm gonna be a bit more serious with this one. So, Grandpa Mort might actually be the smartest use of a villain in any DreamWorks material. It pains me that this character only appeared or was even mentioned in one single episode, but I honestly believe that it was the right decision to do this. If done in a specific way, overexposure has the power to ruin a villain or a character, and they clearly took Grandpa Mort very seriously in this case, hitting the mark perfectly. There's always an air of mystery with this guy, and once again, the fact that he only appears in a single episode works wonders. I cannot stress that enough. But it's not only the scarcity in this character that works. He's also just a really great and compelling villain. He serves as a legitimate threat to the heroes and is consistently menacing and evil. His existence revealed towards the beginning was very well done, and you can understand right away that he's evil even though you don't yet know what his specific motives were meant to be. We get little glimpses throughout the course of the episode as to who exactly he is and where he's been all these years, but nothing too easy so that we keep guessing. But holy crap, that plan reveal scene was just perfection. You understand his motivations so well, and the writing, acting, and everything else was so great. Anyways, I'm gonna put a pin in it here because after all that hype, I think I might actually make a full video dedicated to this guy. If he appeared in the show more often, he would easily be my favorite villain in all of All Hail King Julien, but that would most likely end up decreasing his quality. So as hard as it is for me to say it, I'm glad that Grandpa Mort only appeared in one episode. Thank you so much, creators of All Hail King Julien, for not killing this character with overexposure. Thank you. Finally, we have Morticus Khan, the conqueror, the warrior, not the true warrior, that being Political Mort. Oh, let's go, Political Mort, run for vice president. I'm kidding, run for president, you fuck. But as it stands, Morticus Khan is straight up the scariest villain in All Hail King Julien's entire pantheon. In terms of the most physically capable, he would rank pretty darn high, only being rivaled by Mort and maybe Grammy Mort. Political Mort could use the power of persuasion to beat Morticus, but unfortunately that's not gonna count. Shame. But considering the fact that this guy can not only absorb souls, but he's also a master at combat and just generally killing people, I would be pretty scared of him if I do say so myself. At one point in the Wrath of Morticus Khan, which is one of the most beloved All Hail King Julien episodes of them all, Morticus jumps on a lemur's neck and kills them. No alive being of any kind would make this face. He is the only Mort Persona to have broken the feat's hold on him, so I mean, he's pretty much right below Political Mort in quality. Also, I really liked how yet again the creators didn't kill his character with overexposure. His appearance in the 3 episodes that he featured in gives off such amazing entrances to him, and whenever he speaks, I feel like he owns the universe, save for Political Mort of course. He's one of the best villains in the show, and as it stands, my personal favorite Mort villain. As of right now though, I pretty much love all of the Mort Personas the same amount, with the exception of Political Mort being slightly higher than everyone else. I don't really find any of these characters annoying or unnecessary. They all serve as important characters in whatever episodes they feature in, whether it be as a villain or a hero. I was going to talk about our main Mort for a little while, but I felt like it wouldn't be right to add him into the video, because this is about the Morts. And anyways, I'm probably going to make some weird video on him in the future, so I'm going to leave him out for now. The Mort Personas clearly all had a lot of heart put into them, and I can really respect that. These are creators who actually cared about Mort and wanted to add even more craziness to the characters, so we got the Mort Personas. I love these guys, and it always makes me feel better when I watch Lord of the Fruit Flies and see political Mort absolutely annihilate Maurice, or when I get to see Grandpa Mort's one beautiful episode that he features in, or that sensational scene in The Wrath of Morticus Khan where the Mort Horde takes on the Lemur Kingdom. The Mort Personas were just an amazing and genius decision for All Hail King Julien, and I'm so glad that they exist. Peace out, Mort fans.